Alright, YouTube, wanted to do a review on the 1911 and the Glock. Okay, when I first went to get a pistol, I knew that it was either going to be a 1911 or a Glock, but probably not both. And it turned out I ended up getting both because it's almost like the AK and the AR-15, right? You want a gun that you don't care about getting dirty and scratched up, and then you want a gun that can perform. Oh man, I don't even know how to describe how this thing performs, but you don't want to get it scratched up. You know, you don't want to fire it all the time. So I started out with the Kimber 1911, and then later on I ended up getting a Glock because I was scratching up my 1911, and I know that's kind of bitchish, but I just don't want to mess this thing up that much. And another thing, I get a lot of my subordinates want to go to the range, learn how to shoot certain weapons and things like that, and I don't want them firing my Kimber 1911. I don't want to getting damaged. Okay, it's not a fucking rental gun. This is what I shoot for tactical competitions when my reputation's on the line, and so I got this with them in mind. It's 9mm. Ammo's cheaper. They can fire as many rounds as they want through this thing, and I don't fucking care. Also, I like that you can put a tack light on there, flashlight on there, and talk about the 1911 real quick, and some things that people complain about. Some people complain about the grip safeties, and it baffles me because, well, I mean, I can understand why they don't understand, but you got to take in mind these were built with war in mind, with combat in mind, and sometimes in war you get hit with RPG or whatever, you fall over, you drop your pistol. But when you drop it and you go to pick it up in the dark and you accidentally hit that trigger and it goes off, that's a problem. That obviously that's a problem, and so this grip safety prevents that. It's because in the dark, when you reach for your weapon really quick, you don't want it to go off by accident. And I think it's a great idea, and I like the grip safety. It's good to go. This 1911 came with Meprolite night sights, max grade barrel. One thing I changed on it though, I threw in a Wilson Combat extended slide release. I fucking love that. I can actually reach it no problem. I can hit that, and just really like that at all. And a beveled magazine well, which really helped with reloading. Some people say, oh, there's certain things you don't need. Well, if you never try them, you don't know. Like, I bought this compensator thing that I ended up not liking, and I won't put it on there. But if you never try things, you'll never know. And then the things you don't like, hey man, if you want to get rid of them, sell them to somebody. It also came with front strap checkering, which is awesome for a grip. I get a real nice grip on here. There's back strap checkering. I like the extended thumb safety. Some people bitch about having a safety on a handgun. They say that your holster is your safety. It doesn't take much at all to flip the selector switch in your presentation time. I don't see an issue with that at all. And it's got a extended magazine release, max grade trigger, max grade hammer. Thing about the hammers, some people don't know why things are the way they are with these 1911s, because so many of them now are coming out tricked out. They need to just make them all factory and then have people order them as they go along. But if a hammer is heavy and it's hitting the weapon, it's actually going to cause that weapon to move a little bit, and that's a huge problem in the Beretta 92FS. The Army Marksmanship unit actually replaced them with lighter ones, but when you have a really light hammer, a hammer that doesn't weigh anything, when it hits that gun, it doesn't move it, but because it's lighter, it's moving faster. When it hits that firing pin does move, but like, I mean, the gun doesn't move at all when the firing pin hits. Okay, and that helps with accuracy and reliability, slamming into that firing pin real good, driving that, get a good strike on the round. The ejection port's lowered and flared. Originally I was gonna get a stock GI 1911, but I knew that eventually I would end up wanting to get it tricked out, so I just went with a kimber. And this gun, man, it is performed. I don't use anything though, but that Winchester, the 100-round packs you get at Walmart for 30 bucks, it's just full metal jacket. I use that stuff because, I mean, when these were invented, there were no such thing as hollow points. So I use the ammo. It was originally designed by John Moses Browning to fire. Another cool thing about the 1911, a lot of people don't know, there's actually a 1910. And there's only 12 of them made. There's rumored to be a 13th 1910. If you, oh man, they're worth millions of dollars because there's so little of them. But that was the prototype before the 1911. There was actually a 1910. So this gun actually has been around for 100 years. Love the 1911. Just it is truly a professional's gun, a shooter's gun. It's a hot rod. It's so easy to shoot it accurately, but the Glock has its place, man. This thing, you want to get dirty, this is where it's at. I mean, you can get dirty with this too, but it's a really good mud gun. I'm gonna throw some new features on here, like the extended slide release and extended magazine release. I actually got the slide release on the way, and yeah, but I just wanted to do a quick review on my Kimber 1911 and the Glock. I didn't talk much about the Glock, but Glocks are pretty simple, man. There ain't really all that much to talk about. I mean, cause you know, shit, it's a Glock. Yeah. But that's a good thing. Yeah, sometimes you want that simplicity, especially when you're trying to train guys that are newer to shooting pistol, you know. Alright. Hope you liked the video.